بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. All praise is due to Allah, whom we seek His help, we seek His forgiveness and mercy, blessings be upon our Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Today inshallah I will talk about the three born baby who talked in the whole history. As per Islamic information, in the whole history, there's only three born baby who spoke. Any guess who they are?
Isa, one.
Mashallah. Everyone says Isa first, you know. Mashallah.
That's the only one I know of.
Subhanallah. Yeah. Yeah.
I can't think of the name, but it was.
Yeah, the story or something.
Yeah, I remember a story of a baby speaking to his mother or something.
Mashallah. Yes.
Slave. I don't know.
Yes, exactly. This is the one. So the one everyone knows, Isa. The story of Isa, everyone knows. It's mentioned in the Quran. She came, Mother Mary, with carrying Isa. They start blaming her that, we didn't expect you doing such and such horrible thing, and this baby, belongs to you, but you're the one, like a nun. You worship Allah, you're not supposed to marry. So Allah made Isa to spoke, Ana Abdullah, or Inni Abdullah. I am slave of Allah. Atani al-kitab wa ja'alani nabiyya. That Allah gave me the book and made me a prophet. So this was the sign of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through Jesus or Isa alayhi salam. Number two is, I'm sure some of the brothers remember the story of a few weeks, Ahmed al-Rumh. Sheikh Ahmed al-Rumh, actually, he spoke about the story of Kafir king, the magician king, and a Muslim boy. The boy used to come, the magician actually, he got old, and he wants to give his magic to some boy, so the boy can take care and continue his lordship. So he picked one of the boys, and the boy used to come every time to learn the magic, because he was a ruler and he used to let the people to worship him. So while the boy comes every time and go, he meets in the middle one of the worshippers. He worships Allah. So he sits with him. What you're doing? I'm worshipping Allah, So as a nature, the boy starts loving the person who's talking about Allah and worshipping Allah and praising Allah. And after that he goes and meets the magician, and the magician, they deal with the jinn and filthy stuff. So it's a longer story, but alhamdulillah, he believed in Allah more than the magician. The king later on came to know that, this boy is worshipping Allah and praising Allah. The boy that, we were going to kill you. He said, well, you cannot kill me with Allah's permission. They tried to kill him, they couldn't. So he said, I will tell you something. Just put me in the middle of the public and take the arrow and say Bismillah and just kill me, and inshallah you will be able to kill me. He did that he brought all the public people in the public, and then he started throwing the arrows one by one. He couldn't get the boy. So the boy said, I told you, say Bismillah and you will inshallah hit me. So he said, okay, I'll try Bismillah, and he threw the arrow. It hits the boy died. But the reaction of that the whole city became a Muslim. Whole city became a Muslim, So he killed one Muslim who believed in Allah, and the whole city became Muslim. So he was saying, okay, I don't know what to do. So subhanallah, in few days, just imagine of the level of iman. In few days, the people, they believed in Allah. So he said, you believe in me, or I will kill you all. So no one is now willing to worship this guy. He said, we believe in Allah. So it's mentioned in Quran, Ashab al-Ukhdud, the people of the ditch. So what he did, he made a big ditch and he put on fire in that ditch. And he said, you believe in me, and just believe in Allah and believe in me, I'm your Lord. So he said, we believe in Allah. So he take literally one by one and throwing them into the fire. And it's mentioned in Quran. Until he reached to a woman with the small kids. And now it's easy to say, but subhanAllah, I want all of you to think about that. A mother with no husband, just a woman with 5, 6 kids. And the kids are 5 years old, 3 years old, 7 years old, and a small baby she was carrying. So he said, that either you believe in me or I will throw your children into the fire. She said, I believe in Allah. He took one of the small children and he threw literally one of the children in the hellfire, in the fire. And I want you now to think that, you mashallah, you have the kids. SubhanAllah, it's not something easy. And look at the level of iman that woman reached in a few days. That she is not worshipping that guy, or not letting herself to say, yes, I worship you, I believe in you, I don't believe in Allah. And that's it, just keep my kids with me. So look at the level of iman. And she said, no, I believe in Allah. He took one kid, threw him in the fire. And it's much easier if a person chop, and cut into two pieces children or something like that. It's much easier, but literally a mother or any one of us see the children of your own blood, your piece of your heart, piece of your body, is just flipping himself into the hellfire, into the fire. It's not something easy. So she was seeing that, and she said, I believe in Allah. Allah is my Rabb. Allah is my Lord. And subhanAllah, the one children being thrown into the fire. The second one, you believe in me and you disbelieve in Allah. I believe in Allah and I disbelieve in you. Throwing the second children into the fire. And she is looking at that. After that, you believe in me or you believe in Allah. You disbelieve in Allah and you better believe in me. I believe in Allah. He took the third children and threw him to the fire. And she is literally looking at that. SubhanAllah, turn to that baby, small baby. You believe in me or I will take your children. So she just took a step back as a mother, Of course, she already saw that 3 or 4 children into the fire, died, burning. So she just took a step back, of course, as a mother, and she's holding her next to her breast. SubhanAllah. So she was into a little bit, hesitation. So Allah made the children say, oh mother, don't care. We will meet in Jannah. Oh mother, don't care. We will meet in Jannah. And this is the sign of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to this whole incident. So once she saw that the small baby spoke and said that, oh mom, don't worry, our destination is Jannah. So she gave the baby. SubhanAllah. So, just imagine, put yourself into this situation, wallahi. May Allah not put us into this situation that, we will come into this situation that, we will sacrifice our children and our mother or father or brothers. It's really difficult. She just gave the children, she said, oh, go ahead, throw them into the hellfire. So, it happened. From Allah that, as per Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, it's not recommended that we ask for troubles. We ask for trials. This is the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said. Never ask for trials or troubles. But if it happened, it's meant to be that you fall into that trial or trouble or test, then ask for patience from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So one of the hadiths says that don't wish that you meet your adu, you meet your enemy in the battlefield. Don't wish that. But if it's meant to be happen, it's a fighting time, you're facing your enemy, then ask Allah to be steadfast, to have patience, and ask for Allah for the victory. So it's a big difference between asking to be tested, and this is highly recommended not to do that, according to the hadith. But let's say the calamity, if it falls on someone, then ask Allah to take you out from it and give you sabr, and give you patience, so you will get more ajr for that. So she gave the baby, and they threw the baby, and she was looking at that, and after that, they throw her. So all of them, they be killed. So this is the second baby who spoke while he was just a baby. The third story that inshallah we're going to talk about, it's about someone called Jurayh. Jurayh, he's a person who used to worship Allah in Banu Israel, in the children of Israel. It's narrated in the Muslim that the Prophet ﷺ spoke about the Banu Israel, the story of the children of Israel. So he used to worship Allah. He used to be a worshipper, day-night worshiping Allah. He had a small house or a small room made of mud that he worshipped Allah. It's called in Arabic mihrab or sawma'a, which that the place that you pray Allah, you worship Allah in it. So what happened? He was praying to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The mother of this person, Juray, came and she knocked the door. She said, Juray, I'm your mother. So now he is praying. So what he said now, oh Allah, now is it your prayer? Should I continue or I go to my mother? So while he's praying, he said, okay, I'll continue my prayer, and once I will finish, I will go to and check my mom what she wants. And from the mother's side, she doesn't know actually what's going on, but she knows that he's inside. Juray, and she's knocking the door, he's not answering. But of course, in between himself and Allah, he's saying, oh Allah, shall I continue praying to you? Shall I be connected with you because I'm praying? Or I see my mother. And then he decided that I will continue my prayer. The second day, after praying, he went and he saw that the mother left. The second day, same thing happened. He was praying, the mother came and she started knocking the door. Juray, he didn't answer. He said, same thing, oh Allah, shall I continue praying or I go to and go and check my mom? Same thing, he said, okay, I'll prefer to finish my prayer and then go and check my mother. After some time he went and he opened the door, mother left. The third day, same thing happened. The mother came and mashallah, the person was praying. So, Juray knocking the door, no answer. He said the same thing, oh Allah, shall I continue praying or I go and check my mother? He preferred to pray and be connected with Allah. Then he see his mother, but after that, what happened? The mother became angry, and then the mother looked at the sky and he said, oh Allah, I came day by day to see my son. Now I'm calling my son, but he is refusing to answer me. She doesn't know what's going on inside the house. So she said she was angry on the third day because I'm coming on daily basis and I'm calling upon my son. My son is not replying to me. Oh Allah, make him die, and before he die, make him to see the faces of the persecutors. One of the dua against the son, that oh Allah, let him die, and before he died, to see the faces of the persecutor. Like to die in a horrible way, like to see the faces of the persecutor and then do the bad things with the persecutor and then die. And she left. And after the salah, the salah finished, he opened the door, the mother is gone. This is the story. Now from the other side, every community, they have a good people and bad people. So some of the bad people in the community, they was talking, they said, well, we know Juray, mashallah, he's a worshipper and he worships day and night Allah. So is there anything that we can play with Juray? So one of the people was sitting there, she was a prostitute woman. She said, I can get him. I can go and I can get him. What's the big deal for that woman? So she said, inshallah. So the people said, if you do that, we will be so happy and we will just have fun. So that woman went to Juray, the prostitute, and she started trying her best to get Juray. But he seeks Allah's refugee all the time. Whenever she comes, he turns away. Whenever she knocks the door, he doesn't open. So she tried her best until she got fed up. She said, what's this person? I'm just giving myself to this person and he's refusing me. So she got angry. While she was leaving, she saw a shepherd having the sheep and the goats. So she did zina, she did fornication with that guy. And later on she became pregnant. And she waited until, she gave birth to the baby. And at that time, the penalty was whoever, commits adultery and fornication, the death penalty for that person. So when she had the baby and she came to the community, the people said, who's this baby? So she said, this belongs to Juray. I did something with Juray a long time back, and this is the result of Juray. Because she was in anger, she was she wants to take the revenge of refusing refusing her. So what happened? The people said that Juray did this. How come? Juray did this. This is the baby. So all of them, they came out, going to Juray. Some people took the sticks. Some people took their own weapons. They said, Juray, we were gonna teach him a lesson. They went to Juray. They broke the door. They knocked the door first. Obviously he's praying, he didn't answer his mother, so obviously he will not answer anyone else. So they broke the door, they dragged him out, they beat him a lot, they broke his own room that he used to worship the sawma'a or the mihrab, from mud. They break it up and they start beating him up until his face become red and blue out of of course the lashes and the boxes, whatever he was getting. And then he said, "What's wrong? What I did? Why you beating me?" So they said, "Well, you did so and so with that prostitute, and you have a baby, and now you're saying what I did? Death penalty for you." And they start dragging him on his face, from his legs. He said, "Just give me time to pray 2 rak'ah. Just give me time to pray 2 rak'ah." I said, "Okay, your last wish." So he prayed 2 rak'ah, and he finished, and he raised his hand to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala at the sky, and he said, "Oh Allah, you know that this boy not belongs to me. You know that I didn't commit any zina, any sin with any woman. So I want you," and subhanAllah, look at the conversation. Now he's talking directly with Allah, like instructions now. He's saying, "Oh Allah, you know that this boy not belongs to me, and you know that I didn't commit any zina with any woman. I want you to make this baby to be a witness for me." SubhanAllah, if me and you, we cannot imagine, look at the iman level, the level of iman that he wants Allah to make this baby witness. How? Allahu A'lam. But look at the iman. I want you to make this baby witness, and this is not my baby. He finished his dua. He stood up. He said, "Let me go and see the baby." He said, "Okay, go and see the baby." He went to the baby. He put his index finger. He just put his stomach. He just pushed his stomach, and he said, "Who's your father?" So the baby said, "My father is so and so shepherd." Allah made literally that baby to talk and say, "My father is so and so shepherd." So those people who beat him, or who just was beating him a lot, few minutes back, they start hugging him and kissing him. "Oh, Jurai, we know that you are a good person. We knew that, but what we can say?" The woman actually was claiming that. So they start hugging him and kissing him, and they said, "We were gonna rebuild your room with gold, and we will really respect you." He said, I don't need any gold. I don't need anything. Just make it as it was. Just make it as it used to be with the mud." So subhanAllah, this one happens. And at the end, the woman, of course, they took the woman, and whatever happened, from the punishment. But the moral of the story now, it comes here, that if you have connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, anything can be happened. Now, Jurayh, he wasn't a prophet. He wasn't a messenger. He was nothing. He was just a worshiping Allah. Even ulama said, as we know in Islam, the parents' dua, for or against the parents, there's no barrier. If you pray against your children or you pray for your children, there will be no barrier from your dua or for your dua and Allah's acceptance. This is what we believe in all also the religion, they have the same thing. So now ulama said the mother actually asked Allah while she's angry that don't let my son to die unless he sees the faces of the prostitute. The prostitute came to him and trying her best, but it doesn't work out because he was connected with Allah. The baby, later on, look at the connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that he prayed and he said, "Oh Allah, make the baby witness." And he went to the baby and he just pushed the baby and he said, "Who's your father?" The baby said, "So and so shepherd." So Allah made the baby spoke just for what? Because of the connection. So if you have a strong connection, even the prayers of the mother against you cannot be accepted from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Even the whole community is against you and you are with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, no one can do anything to you. So this was the third baby spoke when he was a small baby, and the story also goes back to Bani Israel, the person called Jurayh, and we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make our iman strong as Jurayh and the other believers and the Sahaba. Subhanallah, just one dua and things can be done. And inshallah, I would like to conclude with as mashallah, everyone, parents, they have children, never ever say anything to your children, especially when you are angry. Never ever, because it happens when you're angry actually. The children is playing and he's going under the table and playing with them, pushing the buttons and this and that. What happened, especially in the Arab society, you know, they just say, La barakallah feek, may Allah not bless you, may Allah curse you, and this and that. It happens most probably, as I know, with the Arab society, it's happened, you just say anything to your children. I don't know how it works in English, but even though in any language, try to not use anything, especially when you're angry. Of course, when you're happy, make dua for them. May Allah bless you, may Allah have mercy on you, may Allah success you in this life and the hereafter. Say whatever good things you want, because as I said, whatever the father utter, whatever, Allah will accept it. Now it doesn't matter the father is humble, is connected to Allah, is praying, is not praying. Father has his own level in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I mean the parents. Believer, non-believer, they have their own respect at the Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sight. So Allah will listen to them. So never ever say anything against your children. Even if you're angry, may Allah bless you. You know, I know actually someone, when he's really angry, he say, Allah yarda alayk. You know, may Allah be you know, happy with you. May Allah, you know, forgive you. Something like that. Even he is angry. So subhanallah, so mashallah, the children are really lucky, you know, to hear these things. Of course, they will not realize it unless later on. So I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make all of us among the righteous ones, and to make us be connected with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as the companion and as Jurayt and all the righteous people. وجزاكم الله خير الحمد لله رب العالمين.